Minister, I've been following this debate online and on TV when it was on previously, so I'm delighted to have some time to contribute to it myself. The importance of this bill cannot be understated. It sets in motion the conditions for a modern framework for policing with a view to improving performance and accountability within Garda Síochána. It is the outworking of the report on the report of the Commission on the Future Policing in Ireland, a report which followed a large consultation across the state, and one of those meetings I attended in Thomond Park in January 2018. Of course, there were and continue to be some concerns about the bill, but in the whole it is a welcome introduction that should aid in modernising our local police force. The establishment of a new framework for governance and oversight is extremely welcome and establishes a recognisable structure that should allow for better accountability for policing in the state. I welcome this proposal contained within the bill and also acknowledge as a positive step the creation of a CEO-type position for a Garda Commissioner, allowing him or her, or whoever is selected, to drive reform within the Garda Síochána in relation to workforce planning, human resources, industrial relations and finance. These powers are accompanied by better governance and accountability through the establishment of the Board of Garda Síochána. External oversight will be added to by the creation of the Policing and Community Safety Authority and, of course, the Ombudsman. The Policing and Community Safety Authority is particularly welcome as it will streamline and merge the various functions of the Policing Authority and Garda Inspectorate. While it will not have responsibility for executive functions, it will streamline the oversight bodies and maintain a function of oversight over the performance of Gardaí, and hopefully it will work well. The replacement of GSOC to an Ombuds/Deputy Ombudsman type model will be met with some hesitation by the public, but ultimately may serve as a better model. I believe it does, because a lot of people wouldn't have much confidence in GSOC to be able to resolve the issues they've come to them with, and it hopefully be more publicly identifiable with a named person, but will also be a larger remit in terms of the types of allegations around doing that it has power to investigate. The recognition of community safety as a key tenet of the modernised police force is an additional positive step, and recognise that so much of the work of our Garda is around dealing with those in our society who are particularly vulnerable, and not necessarily because those people are involved in crime or activity. I would like to highlight a recently announced initiative by the Garda Síochána in my own constituency of Limerick, where they will work to support those found using crack cocaine by adopting a more holistic approach of referring these people with their permission to the Anna Liffey team with the hope of helping them to deal with their addiction issues. I understand the law engagement and assisted recovery project has been quite successful in Dublin since its inception in 2014, and I welcome its extension to Limerick. One of the most noticeable and problematic developments in Limerick during the years of the COVID pandemic was the rise in the use of crack cocaine, an issue I've raised my concerns on this issue in this chamber on a huge number of occasions over the last number of years. The type of work the Gardaí do in terms of projects such as Lear is often unseen and unreported, but it's the type of work Gardaí do that does matter so much for the betterment of our society. The recognition that this type of policing is not just a responsibility for Garda Síochána alone is very, very important. I think another prime example of how effective joint operations can be with the launch in March 2021 of Operation Copug in Limerick, which is a collaboration from the Limerick Council and Garda Síochána. The operation ended on 4 September 2022 and did make a significant dent in the operation of a drugs gang in the St Mary's Park area of our city of Limerick. Whilst all the problems haven't been resolved, there has been some good progress done there. This was a joint initiative between Limerick Council and the Garda that was established as a response to feedback from stakeholders, myself and most importantly residents living in St Mary's Park who have had enough of the ongoing drug dealing in their area for years. The operation had many successes. Derelict sites that had been used to store illegal drugs were boarded up where necessary were demolished, and the Gardaí conducted operations that dealt a financial blow to the drugs gangs in the area of Gormaleshkar. During this term of operation, millions in illegal drugs and cash were seized. 2.8 million in the first 7 months alone. 61 people in the first year alone were arrested on suspicion of the sale and supply of illegal drugs, and in the same period 49 vehicles were seized. When the operation officially ended on the 4th of September, the pressure has been kept up in the area and culminated this week in the shuttering of what was colloquially referred to as a drug supermarket in the area, and it's great to see that has been closed down this week. I would like to record my appreciation to both local Limerick Council and the Garda Síochána for their work on that operation. Furthermore, I would like to acknowledge engagement that the Gardaí undertook with myself, local residents and others, so that the residents of the area could be kept abreast of progress of that operation. This type of policing reacting to the concerns of residents is most welcome and long overdue and long may continue. Unfortunately, many issues remain in the area, and I hope we will see more positive interventions as necessary to support the local community and the ongoing regeneration programme in the area. Again, in my home constituency, the Gardaí, whilst it has been delayed, I hope soon we'll see the Gardaí in conjunction with the paramedics and the HSE on a 24/7 de-escalation unit in support of those with mental health challenges. These are the types of initiatives that may not grab the headlines, but they are crucial and life-saving measures that we can be proud of to have our police force involved in. From my discussions with the local Joint Police Committee, the Garda management seem fully committed to supporting this new unit, and local Gardaí are being trained in how best to support those who the de-escalation team will deal with. The creation of a policing and community safety authority that includes an inspection function and powers that include the ability to conduct unannounced visits to Garda premises would be a positive development, ensuring greater oversight and accountability within Garda Síochána. So these in the main are the positive steps, and I look forward to the implementation and the establishment of new bodies. It would be my hope that these changes would come with a renewed emphasis on community policing. In Limerick, we've seen a dramatic reduction in numbers of community Gardaí, and this has led to some local communities to have a lack of Garda presence, and this is a problem which needs to be addressed. And I believe we're failing on that issue, and we need to address that as soon as possible. The lack of community trust and visible presence that has allowed drug dealers and their gangs to proliferate and thrive in some of our areas. The preventive work that the community Garda can do is immeasurable, and the lack of such a presence in communities has allowed some to be lured by the temptation of drug dealing and its accompanied wealth. So on the round, we welcome this bill very much, and Margaret.